Kathy at Northstar Prepsteader. Well, I'm out here on another hot day and it's time for me to work on my south bed. Now let me give you kind of a little bit of a layout so that you understand what I talk about when I mean the south bed. So you can see my garden here, and it is on the east side of my house. So it gets a lot of sun right here, probably close to 12 hours a day at least of sun. And there's my house. So this back door and everything is on the east side, and this is the south side of my house. It gets some shade from this apricot tree. It also gets some major afternoon sun. So I've got a combination of things in here, and it really needs some care. It's kind of the last thing that gets taken care of in preparation and weeding and different things. So what I have in here are tulips that come up in the spring. So this is like full of color. It's the first color of the year and it's wonderful. Here is a peony bush that is already done, so I need to trim this back so it's not quite so bushy, and my water catchment from the gutter. So I need to trim that back. I have some perennials in here already. So I've got Columbine, and that's done blooming, but it continues to grow and propagate. It will bloom again at some point in the summer. Here I have a Hosta that I just put in last fall, so that's just starting to establish. So I have to make sure that I leave a good space around that for it to be able to totally bush out. There's some more Columbine and a tree and a bunch of weeds. I thought I had pulled up all these lilies last year, but there apparently are some that I missed. And they're getting ready to bloom, but they're so tall and scraggly and there's really nothing in here, so I'm actually gonna want to pull these out. But as you can see, I still have all the leaves in here from last fall when I insulated the bed. So what I'm gonna do is just try to incorporate that into the soil and try to clean this up and plant a few more herbs. That's my plan. I want this to end up being like a fully perennial bed, as well as being able to have herbs back here that the rabbits won't eat, because anything that I have in the garden are ones that I'm trying to protect from the rabbits. Now right here I have 3 plants of lemon balm that I've already done a harvest with, and they're starting to bush out again. So I do have these in pots so that they won't spread out like crazy. So some of these other things that I want to plant today, I'm going to put in pots. So my first task is to clean this out and to try to get things ready. So I'm not going to bother you with that, but I'll show it to you when I get it all cleaned up. It's going to be close to 90 today, so hopefully I'll have enough energy to get this done. Alright, I've got this bed all cleaned out and it's ready to plant up. The leaves that I had piled in here last year have pretty much shrunk, and a lot of it have decomposed. And so I just worked it into the soil that was here to give it more substance and to give it more organic matter in there, and to help keep it looser, as the leaves won't allow the dirt then to get so hard packed. And now I can put things in and loosen them up a little bit. Yay! Time to plant. Okay, so these are the things that I have left yet to put in the ground. So I've got some sage. I have 4 sage plants. I have 2 little peppermints that I want to put in there. I have 2 yucca, but they're going to need to go inside. They will not withstand our winters. I've got a lot of borage, which I'm going to put some in that bed and then some around on the west side, I think. The same with some of these marigolds. Like these are already blooming. I mean, look how tall it's getting. They're so ready to come out of their pots. But these things are totally ready to go. I also have some others that I'm going to start from seed. I've got this Mexican sunflower that I got from Southern Blessed Homestead. I'm going to try to get some lemongrass in. It didn't grow inside well for me last year, so we'll see if it takes off at all. I'm going to try to get some Echinacea started, but the rabbits will eat that, so maybe it's not a good idea to put it in there. Yeah, that one I'm going to have to think about again. Same with the nasturtiums, they'll eat that. So I'll have to get some pots going for those. And then my mullein, which did not take off inside. So I'm just going to throw these in the ground and see if they'll end up growing. But these I will plant like in and around the other things that are going on. It's a little hard to see in the shade, but I've got 3 pots here. There we go, there's the lighting. And then I've got 3 lemon balm plants, so I can put 1 pot here and 1 pot there. And then I have a Columbine, and I can put another pot there that will be like semi-shaded. So I've got a few here that might get a little bit of shade in the afternoon, and kind of in the middle we'll get a lot of midday sun. So anyway, I'm going to put the sage and peppermint in the pots and bury them, and then I'm going to take the borage and the marigolds and just plant them all around the other areas. I know I'm going to end up digging up some tulips as I'm potting these, but I'm just going to replant the bulbs around, and so I don't have to worry about digging those up. So I have some leftover borage, and I'm just planting it around these other plants. So just digging a space here. Now, the borage is a great pollinator. I put that in there and I fill the hole with water and then put the dirt in over it and pat it down. So there it's got water down at its roots. Yeah, borage is a great pollinator, and this will get big. That's why I'm putting it on the outer edge, because I don't want it to hang over the other plants. So if this grows out, comes out over the bed, that's fine. Then I can always trim it back. But bees love the flowers, so they'll help with all these others. Borage keeps pests away, and it's a great medicinal too. I had extra plants, so this is where I decided to put them. Okay, so I have my borage in and my herbs are in. This bed is looking much better. You see the wood there, and I know that it's all slanted and the connectors there are all rotted. And I will replace all of this probably this fall when I do everything else. But right now I just don't have the time. I just need to get all these things in. So I have got a dozen marigolds that I want to intersperse among all of these. They have the borage and the herbs. And then I've got these seed packets. So I've got mullein and sunflowers and lemongrass. And these I want to kind of put towards the back, a little bit closer up to the house, because the borage is going to get big and kind of go this way and bush out, and you know, the Hosta is going to get big and bush around and everything. Now remember, the borage is an annual, so however big they get, They'll only be in this year. If I decide to put some in next year, I can. Otherwise, I'll just allow space for all of the herbs to just really get big and bushy. And then I can even put some annual flowers in along there if I want to help encourage the pollinators. These sunflowers will get, how tall will they be? Doesn't really say, but they get 2 to 3 inch flowers, so it's almost like a daisy type of thing. It says to put them 16 inches apart, and it wants 8 to 12 hours of full sun. So these are probably going to put more in the middle where they're getting a lot of sun from the day. But I don't want to put the seeds in until I have all the plants in, so then I know where the seeds are and they're going to grow. And look at, they're blooming already and everything, but they're definitely ready to get out of their pots. So what I do is I take them in their pots and just lay them out where I think I want them, and so that I can kind of plan where they're going to be rather than just taking one and digging it in. They're all laid out in here. All right, guys, I'm finally done. I've been working at this for about 7 hours, taking breaks here and there because it is a hot day. And but I got them all in and got them done. And let me show you what it looks like. This is probably about the most permanent that I've been able to make this bed in 25 years. And so it feels really good. And it's herbs that I'm going to use all through the winter for sure, and then through some of the other seasons. I make a tea that has peppermint and sage and mullein in it, and so if I can grow all of these myself, that would be so great. So let me show you what we've got. All right, the whole bed is finished. I've got 3 sage plants in these pots. I have some marigolds, there's a Columbine and Borage, and then back here I planted lemongrass seeds. So we'll see if they come up or not. I didn't have any luck growing them in the house last year, so we'll see if they grow. And then back here and kind of all around, I've got sunflowers, the red Mexican sunflowers. I can't wait for those. They're going to look so great. And here's some peppermint, and then my 3 lemon balms, and another peppermint. So I have the mint on either side of the lemon balm. I think they'll smell fabulous. And some more Columbine, another sage, my Hosta, Columbine, my Peony, and then I've got Borage and Marigolds kind of scattered throughout here. Some more sunflowers back in here. So I'm pretty happy with the way things are going. A lot of it is an experiment, and if it doesn't grow, then I just try something else. And I'm hoping the rabbits stay out of here. Sorry, I have been digging in the dirt for 7 hours and I'm tired, so I know I'm not looking my best here, but anyway. What I'll probably do is sprinkle some black pepper throughout the bed just to make sure it keeps the rabbits out at this point. I'm hoping that they won't like the borage. I know they don't eat marigolds. I know they don't eat the lemon balm. They won't eat the mint. The borage is the only one that I'm not quite sure about. Well, I am going to sign off for today. I've done a lot of work here. There's a lot of other things going on in my life with my parents, so trying to get these videos out to you, it's just been a real challenge. So please be patient with me again. I know as soon as I get my camera back, there's something else, but it's all good. It's all good. But I will be around on Monday nights for my live for sure. So in the meantime, you guys take care. God bless. Always have hope. Bye-bye.